What is up, everyone? It is Sabres fan back with my second video of my NHL 2020 mock draft here. Last time we did picks 1 to 15. This time I'm going to finish up the first round here with picks 16 to 31. And we're sporting the Pittsburgh Penguins jersey here. I hate the Penguins, but gotta have a jersey. So hope you guys enjoyed the Penguins jersey on today. Rangers jersey should be here tomorrow, just in time for the draft. And we have one trade that actually went down today. Small trade, but the Kings are acquiring Olimata from Chicago. A little bit of retained salary. It's a cap dump for Chicago. And okay, does Olimata even play bottom pairing on LA? It's not much. But there is the rumors with Devin Dubnyk going to San Jose. So we'll keep an eye on that. But for now, let's finish up this first round mock draft here. And we're starting up at number 16, which is the Montreal Canadiens. And I'm going to go with Maverick Bourque. I really like Maverick Bourque as a player. And a 5'11 center for the Montreal Canadiens. Played 49 games, 29 goals, 42 assists for 71 points. I think Maverick Bourque would be a good fit with the Canadiens. I mean, they need centers. I mean, Nick Suzuki's looking really, really good for them. But I feel like they need more center depth. Jonathan Drouin's not it. Max Domi, RFA, does he stick with them? I'm not sure. So I think adding another center in the pipelines here with Maverick Bourque is a good option for the Montreal Canadiens. Moving on to number 17, we have the Chicago Blackhawks. And if Toronto doesn't take Braden Schneider, he's fallen to 17, and the Blackhawks, who desperately need defense with Keith and Seabrook, they just traded away Mata today. They need defense. Eric Gustafson's gone to Calgary as well. They have no defense right now. So, I mean, Boquist, yes, I know. But Braden Schneider, a 6'2", right-handed shot defenseman, 209 pounds. That's a really good fit with Chicago. And they need defensemen. Obviously, they traded Yoki Haru to my favorite team, the Buffalo Sabres. They need defense. They need to stock up on some defense. And I think Braden Schneider does just that for them. He played 60 games. He had 6 goals, 35 assists. So a decent defenseman. He's got the size and he's got the right-handed shot. So I think for Chicago at 17, Braden Schneider is an absolute steal for them. They add to their defensive pipeline, and that's a big pick for them. Moving on to number 18, we have the New Jersey Devils with their second selection in this first round. And I have them holding on to this pick. There's talk that this 18th overall pick could get moved. I don't know. I feel like they're going to hold on to it, especially with who I have them taking. And New Jersey needs defense as well. And a guy like Caden Gooley, a 6'3", left-handed shot defenseman, 187 pounds. I really like Caden Gooley. Obviously, the Sabres had his older brother, Brendan, for a while. And then he got traded to Anaheim in the Brandon Montour deal. And I really like Caden Gooley as a defenseman here. 64 games played, 11 goals, 29 points, 40 assists. I think New Jersey could use him because really, again, name New Jersey defenseman, Severson and Butcher maybe, but I don't know. I like Caden Gooley joining New Jersey. You know, they need to stack up that defensive pipeline, just like Chicago. I mean, and especially with 3 first-round picks this year for New Jersey, and they get Holtz in the first one, then they get Gooley at 18. That's a really good first 2 picks for them. We're going to move on. We're going to have the Calgary Flames here at 19, and this is somebody I have dropping a little bit. He's been ranked a lot higher up in the the 12 to 16 range, but I have Rodion Amirov dropping to Calgary, the left winger, 6 foot. 41 games played, 10 goals, 14 assists for 24 points. I don't know. I have him falling a little bit, but I think he's still a good pick for Calgary here in at number 19. I mean, Calgary's offense right now with Johnny Gaudreau rumors, with Sean Monahan rumors. They have, obviously, Gaudreau, Monahan, and Lindholm, but, throw Backlund in there. I want them to keep adding to that forward group because they still got guys like Hannafin and Hamonic. They got defensemen out in Calgary. So for me, hopefully they bring back TJ Brody, in a free agent right now. But Rodion Amirov, I like that pick for Calgary. And yeah, keep adding to the forward group for the Flames. Number 20 is the New Jersey Devils, but here is the trade I have going down in the draft. So I have a trade for the number 20th pick. So I didn't have New Jersey moving 18. I had them moving 20 because I think they needed that defenseman at 18 in Caden Gooley, and I don't think Calgary would have passed up on him if they did trade that pick or whoever they traded it with. So I have the St. Louis Blues trading into number 20 overall to take Connor Zary, 6-foot center, 181 pounds, 57 games played, a nice 38 goals, 48 assists for 86 points. Now his injury is what's making him drop a little bit. He was highly ranked before that. I know I'll get to what New Jersey gets in that trade in a second. But Connor Zary for St. Louis, that's a really good pickup for them, especially with what I have them giving up in this trade to move into number 20. I like the fit. He's got the size. He's a center. He can come in. He can replace who I have getting traded out. So for New Jersey, trading away 20, they're going to acquire forward Ivan Barbashev, a prospect defenseman. I honestly cannot tell you who it is. I just looked him up. And a 4th-round pick next year. The defensive prospect was a 7th rounder of the Blues a little bit ago. Wow. I just looked this up too. I'll put it in the comments below. But that's the trade. That's the only trade I have going on in this draft. I'm sure there'll be more. But for a pick anyways, that's the only trade I have. So that's number 20, St. Louis taking Connor Zary. Pick 21 is the Columbus Blue Jackets, and I absolutely love this. I don't know if this player is going to fall to 21, but I love this pick for the Columbus Blue Jackets. I have them taking Noel Gunler, 6'2" right wing / left wing, 174 pounds, played in 49 games, 8 goals, 11 assists, 19 points. But Noel Gunler is legit. He can put the puck in the net. He can set up plays. He's big. He's strong. He's physical. I love Noel Gunler. And I don't know if he's going to fall to 21, but if Columbus gets an opportunity to draft him at 21, they should be jumping all over him. I love a fit with like Pierre-Luc Dubois up front. He kind of reminds me of Nick Foligno, actually. A bigger guy that chips in offensively and does everything. I like Noel Gunler on a Blue Jackets team. Moving on to 22, the second first-round pick for the New York Rangers here. And this is someone that an injury causes him to drop. He could have gone top 10 in this draft. He's still listed in 10 to 20. I haven't fallen to 22. I have Hendrix Lapierre going to the New York Rangers. So they get Alexis Lafreniere and then Hendrix Lapierre, the 6-foot center, 181 pounds. Only played 19 games this year, 2 goals, 15 assists, 17 points. Obviously, his injury really cost him this whole year. But Hendrix Lapierre, very good talent, but the injury is what's going to be, holding him back. Teams are going to question taking him higher up. So I think he falls to 22. This is still a really good pick for the Rangers. You have to take him. I mean, I like that pick for the Rangers. You get Lafreniere, you get Lapierre, and you move forward. You have a really good team already, and you add those 2 pieces for the Rangers. That's a really good draft for them. In at 23, it's the Flyers, and I was between 2 players here, the next 2 that I have getting drafted, but I went with Tyson Foerster, the 6'1" center, 194 pounds, 36 goals, 44 assists, how many points is that? I messed up the point totals. No, that is 80 points. Yeah, 80 points for Foerster. 6'1", 194 center. Next, Nolan Patrick maybe, except he's not injury prone. I like Philly getting that. You got Sean Couturier, you got Claude Giroux, and then you got Tyson Foerster in that 3rd-line center. Nolan Patrick could even be in there. Foerster can develop a few years, then come in and take that spot. I like Foerster on a Flyers team. He just feels like he fits, a big, strong forward that can score. That's what the Flyers have been for how long now? The Broad Street Bullies. I feel like he fits in there, whereas the player I have going next doesn't really fit in that Philly system. So with the Colorado Avalanche here at 24, I have J.J. Peterka, the 5'11 left winger, 192 pounds, 59 games played, 16 goals, 11 assists, 27 points. I like that. I like that fit in Colorado. That's why I have him going to Colorado at 24. 5'11 winger. They can add him in. All these guys probably after 14, 15 are going to need to, go back to junior, go back to college and develop before they actually get their shot. And for Peterka, I think Colorado would be a really good team for him to go to because there's talent all around there, and he can develop his game down on the Colorado Eagles in the AHL. But get going, and then the Avalanche can bring him up as they need to. They've done that already with guys this year. So I think for him, that's a good selection for Colorado. We're moving on to 25 now. This is the Washington Capitals pick. And for me, it's Jan Mysek. 6 foot, center or left winger, can play both, 181 pounds, 48 games played, 20 goals, 14 assists, 34 points. Washington needs a little bit of everything at this point. They got their goalie in Samsonov because Holtby's not coming back. We know that. Defensively, John Carlson's there. And then offensively, it's still guys like Kuznetsov and Ovechkin and Backstrom leading the push. You could have really gone anywhere here. I still think they're going to go forward. I think Mysek is a good fit for them. Another guy that is skilled up front. And for Washington, I don't know. At this point, you're just kind of reaching. I'm drafting players based off of needs rather than, rankings. And I think Mysek ends up going to the Washington Capitals. Last 5 picks of the first round. We're at 26, which is the St. Louis Blues again, after they traded into number 20. And I think losing Alex Pietrangelo, because it's very, very likely that he goes somewhere else in free agency. Again, Toronto and Vegas, the two teams rumored to be up in the running for him. I think they go defense with this one. They got their forward at 20 in Zari, and I think Hellgrons, the 6'3" defenseman, 192. Oh man, that's a replacement for Pietrangelo right there, a Swedish defenseman. That is a really good pick for St. Louis. I could have seen him going higher, but I don't really think Philly doesn't need defense. Colorado doesn't really need defense. Maybe Washington takes him, but I think he's going to fall to about 26 here in the draft. Put up 5 goals, 25 assists, 30 points in 48 games in Sweden this year. I think this is your sleeper defenseman in this draft. You obviously have Drysdale, you have Sanderson, you have Schneider, even Kaden Guhle. I like Hellgrons. This guy he's legit, and if he goes to St. Louis, keep an eye on him. He could be really, 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 really good, especially with his height, 6'3". And that brings me to my next pick, who Anaheim is going to go with, William Wallander. 6'4" defenseman, 192 as well. He put up 6 less points, but he also played 9 less games. So William Wallander is a lefty. Hellgrons is a righty. I took Hellgrons for the Blues because Pietrangelo being right-handed, Grons being right-handed, that's the replacement. That's the only reason I went with him over Wallander. Wallander an inch taller, same weight, kind of the same production when it comes to point totals, assists. 5 goals each, 19 assists for Wallander, 25 for Grons. Again, 9 more games played for Grons. And Wallander fits Anaheim's system well. Another Swedish defenseman. They took Hampus Lindholm. They have Fowler. They have Manson. You need one more in there to fill that role, and I think William Wallander is going to do just that for the Anaheim Ducks. Might be a few years out, but it's a really good selection for them. Maybe even allowing them to move a forward, maybe even allowing them to move one of Fowler, Lindholm, or Manson to make something. They got John Gibson in net. Why not keep adding to the defense, especially getting Marco Rossi at 6 in this draft? Number 28 is Ottawa again. This is their 3rd pick. I could see this pick getting moved, but for the sake of it just being a mock draft, I didn't move it, and I kept Ottawa with it. And I think they go with Lucas Reichel, 6' left winger, 172 pounds, 42 games played, 12 goals, 12 assists, 24 points. Why not go all forward here if you're Ottawa? Just go all in. Get your forward prospects. You get Byfield. You get Lucas Raymond. Now you get Luke Reichel. That's a huge, huge pickup. Skilled left winger, 6 feet tall, can put up points. For me, I like Luke Reichel in that pick at 28. I think they could go with either of the two that are going 29 and 30 here up next. But for me, I think they go Luke Reichel. Last 3 picks now. We have the Vegas Golden Knights in at 29. And this might be the best pick that they could go with in the first round. Obviously, being at 29, I go with Jake Neighbors, the 5'11 left wing, 201 pounds, 64 games played, 23 goals, 47 assists for 70 points. Jake Neighbors could really slide into that Vegas lineup. They're really good at making players, slide in their lineup, and they get the chemistry going. I don't think he's a NHL player next year. Maybe 2 years out. Probably more realistically like 3. But I really, really like Neighbors in a Vegas system. That speed and skill, and he's big. He's big. He'll fit in the Western Conference. 201 pounds, 5'11". He can hold his weight out in that big bad West. And for Vegas in the Pacific, they can run that division still. So Jake Neighbors at 29. And we move on to 30, which is the Dallas Stars. And this is a high-risk, high-reward pick in Jacob Perreault, 5'11 right wing, 198 pounds. Very similar to Jake Neighbors, just plays right wing instead of left. 57 games played, putting up 39 goals, 31 assists, also with 70 points. So similar, they're the same height. Perreault's 3 pounds less than Neighbors. Both put up 70 points. Either could go which pick. Perreault could go to Vegas, Neighbors to Dallas, or the other way around how I have it. But Jake Perreault, right winger, Dallas needs more scoring. I mean, out of nowhere in this year's playoffs, they came up and started scoring goals. But Jamie Benn, Seguin, Radulov, they need some help. Get them some help. Get Pavelski some help. They need offense. That's my thing. They got Heiskanen, they got Klingberg defensively, they got Esa Lindell. I think it's got to be a forward, and I think Jake Perreault works really well with the Dallas Stars. All right, the last pick in the first round belongs to San Jose via Tampa Bay in that Blake Coleman trade. Now for Tampa, you won the cup, you won the trade, right? I mean, your first round pick is 31. That's how you know you did well. So for Blake Coleman, not Blake Coleman, it's the Barclay Goodrow trade. Still, a first round pick for a player that helps you win the Stanley Cup, that's huge. So with San Jose here at 31, I have them taking Brendan Brisson, 6 foot center, 185 pounds, 45 games played, 24 goals, 35 assists, rocking 59 points. San Jose needs everything. San Jose's, let's be honest, they need to just tank. They need to fall off. Brent Burns is not putting up the numbers he used to. Erik Karlsson got hurt and is not living up to $11.5 million a season. Let's just say that. They lost Pavelski. I mean, Vlasic's getting old. There's just so many factors getting in. Martin Jones is not playing like a starting goalie at all. Maybe that's why Dubnyk's being rumored, but why would you want to bring in a $4.3 million goalie that doesn't have much better numbers than Martin Jones? I don't really know. For me, San Jose needs to just get out of here. They need to just start drafting everything. Draft the best player available at 31, and I think that's Brendan Brisson. 6 foot. I like that. Center. Maybe can come in and play behind Couture, Hurdle, something like that. He's not NHL ready, that's for sure. 45 games played, 59 points. He's got the skill. But for me, San Jose, take the best player available and roll with it because you need some serious help everywhere. Everywhere. Couture and Hurdle maybe are your 2 guys. But, okay, Timo Meier, kind of forgot about him. But they're really struggling to get goals, to get defense, to get goals. They're getting everything. San Jose is not going to be very good next year. And take the best player available at 31. So that's going to wrap up my NHL 2020 mock draft picks 1 to 31. I'm not mocking anything past the first round because anyone can go anywhere. And plus, I don't really have the knowledge on all those players as much as I do people in the first round. I don't really think there's anything else. I think the draft, 2 days away. I'm excited. I'm ready to see it, see how it all plays out. I think trade rumors and trade talk is going to start picking up the next few tomorrow, maybe even on Tuesday, for the draft. I'm excited to see where that goes, and I'll keep you guys updated. I might even try to live stream the draft. We'll see. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but thanks for tuning into another video. We almost had 100 views already in like a day on my picks 1 to 15. So keep it up. Like the video, subscribe. I'll keep bringing you guys some hockey content. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.